Art students, Brian Proctor, the art teacher, back again with another wacky drawing lesson. And why did I call it wacky? Because this is the actual position that we're starting out with. I meant to photocopy it, but I forgot. I started drawing the gear on the guy. I chose who I wanted it to become, one of my characters, and I forgot, so I stopped and I photocopied it, but it all went to naught because my camera stopped working. This time the thing died. It died and it didn't even record what I did. So I'm redoing it again the best way I can. So this was the actual position that I started out with. This was the drawing that, this was the lesson drawing. So I'm going to use the lesson drawing to show you how to draw this. And then I'm going to turn this into one of my characters from my drawing book, which is the Robot Fighter. Let me see if I can find him real quick. This guy right here, the Robot Fighter, our Robot Fighter. So I'm using an iPhone camera. This is a camera that I use, or this is the phone that I use to just carry around daily. So I turned that into my filming camera. So hopefully it'll come out clearer. It's an iPhone, and hopefully the whole thing will work. Taking an Apple product and putting it into a regular laptop. So okay, this is what we're going to use to do the position. So just imagine this is the finished position, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. All right, again, the body's a puzzle. That's all. Just think of it as a puzzle. Don't think of the muscles and so forth and so on. And in the last video that I shot, I said I wasn't going to show you how to do muscles, but I ended up doing it anyway. Okay, so several parts that you stack on top of each other to create something. Again, first thing is the torso. And I wanted to really chop it off. I'm showing you this picture. I wanted to chop it off somewhere down here or here, but it got a little long on me, so I'm not gonna try to make that mistake. Torso, oval. So because you're doing close-up, you want to have just enough room for the head size. So I'm just gonna try to do this the same size. Torso is straight in front of you, doing the beetle now. The cross, leaving some shoulders, and this is gonna be crooked because I'm not turning my paper. I'm still nervous about filming this and the camera not picking it all up. Chest, middle of that, and then the tunnel under that, really close to the bottom of the chest. Going off, you have your delt, just touching that line here, and then the other one here. And your delt, the bottom of your delt actually comes almost down to your bottom of your chest. So don't give them little delts like this. Don't give them the little teeny ones. Give them nice long size one. Okay, so from here we're going to do the head. We're going to do a V. We're going to establish the neck. Doing a V, stopping here and then coming up. So I want to actually do the head now. So the head determines, the size of the head determines the width of the shoulders. So I'm going to keep doing this until I get my right size, and that seems good for me. So my neck is going to either come straight down on the side of the cheeks, or I'm going to bring it in a little bit more depending on the size of the character. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to widen this V here, and my chin should come pretty much down here. Pretty much down here without making the head too long. So with this left over, I'm going to add my shoulder. Usually I don't add shoulders till near the end point. So with this one, let's put his hand. He got his hand over his chest. And this is kind of like a cool pose if you're doing your character, if you're just kind of showcasing your character. So I'm going to use a square. Because the hand is square, you chop off my fingers, and you chop off my thumb. You pretty much have kind of a square there. Where is it? There, you know. This is nice. This is HD. Look at the hair on my arms. Okay, let's keep going. So you want to come down, and we're doing the arms. I say to do the forearm is a triangle or a cone. The bicep is just an oval, and the tricep is a circle. So you have this and this. So you take those three shapes, and then you kind of move them, twist them, and manipulate them. So chopping off the wrist, you put the hand right there. All right, so we have this. So because this is not really, well, how can I say that? This arm here is going across the body. It's not really pointing to you, so you're not really going to foreshorten it. So let's just say this. Let's just do this triangle. Not making this part too fat because you don't, this part is fatter than this, as you see, but you don't want it too fat. I'm amazed. That's some good camera. Like, here, look at the hair on my arm. Maybe I need to shave my arm now that I have a good camera. So that, and of course this oval right here, this part right here is going to fit in here. And this one is coming towards you. I'm so excited about the camera that I'm forgetting how to talk. So this part of the arm is going across. So imagine this is this. So this one is coming towards you. You see how that's kind of taking that kind of an oval shape? So your delt is right here. So your bicep is going to be right there. So that's that oval shape. Let me get some in red. That's going to be that going behind this. So you want to round that off because you want to get that elbow there. So if I take this off, and that is why I missed the last couple of days of videos, my last 2 video upload dates, because my camera and some other stuff happened. Now, one thing about the hand, I did this perfect square here. This goes straight bottom. Where your baby finger is, this is kind of a straight line, and this one comes out. So where your baby finger is, which is the top. The thumb's gonna be at the top. I had to hold my hand there. So you want to make that straight like this, kind of like this, like that. Okay, so what I do is I bring this down and I bring this out like that, curve this like that. Good, you can see that because it's kind of glared for me like that. Okay, so we have that. Let's work on the waist. Blue pencil. So I don't want to bring the waist here. I want to take it a little out from that. Yes, this is crooked. This is a crooked drawing. And I just want to make that tuna can or that rectangle. Not making it too big because all that is your love handle or your obliques. So this comes in and turns in and goes into the crotch. So let us put the crotch here. Remember, just think of having a wide belt, wherever that belt would go. So that could be a little too wide. You can always shorten it. That's why I say walk away from your drawings before you commit and do inking. And hopefully I'm getting good sound from this because this is the first trial that I'm using this iPhone. If it works, I'll be very happy. Then I will buy the program for screen sharing. Okay, so upside down house, I want to bring it out. I don't want, you can have it straight down like this, but I like to bring mine out just a little bit. Like that. Like that. And then we have the legs. The legs are, because someone asked me to do a video on connecting the legs to the thighs. So it's time for me to do a leg video, updated leg video. A couple people, when I was answering my comments, a couple people asked that do a leg video. So we have that. Now we can go back and we can look at it and say, okay, this, we can adjust it. I can say this, I want to make them a little thicker. Bring this out, make that leg a little wider, a little thicker, bring that leg out, make them a little wider, and just erase, if I can find my eraser. Hide and seek on the junky desk. Because I don't want to use my blue one up, because there you go, here you go. That's why you don't draw muscles. You don't try to do a lot of muscles right off the beginning. You just give a nice rough sketch to get the size and the proportion that you want. Then you can come back and say, okay, I can add some muscle. But in the beginning, if you're new to this whole thing, I wouldn't really worry too much about adding muscles until you understand the actual muscle, because muscles move, they flex. So, yeah. You might draw a muscle that you think is right and it is wrong because you didn't flex it, or you didn't stretch it, or you didn't pinch it, or whatever a muscle does. So this, I'm gonna bring the arm down. Remember, that's the oval. This is a circle-ish. This is my long oval, which the elbow stops. Where does the elbow? Elbow stops like right around where the belly button would be. So yeah, right around there. And then the wrist stops at the crotch. So if I do this, if I bend it in a little bit more, bend it in, so like that. Well, I'm gonna make it longer because I want to give room for the actual to cut off the wrist. So like that. Then you put your hand, which is another square, like that, and then you're halfway there. So now I'm going to shape this a little bit. Then I'm going to round this off. And then I'm going to put my hand, which is this part right here comes around and your thumb goes in. This is a side position. Let me draw it. I'll show you guys. Bring it up, and then I bring my thumb here. So I'm going to do this here and have this like an upside down frown. So we already have this part here. And what we can do is take one of these fingers, and this is a mess up, but it works. You take one finger and you do the knuckle and you bring that finger in, and you always see that second finger, and then just make that Y. Take that little upside down frown and turn it into a Y. And you have a quick hand. Make my wrist a little bigger. Because when you do a fist, you see how you see that second finger? You're always going to see that second finger, because this one here is going to tuck in behind. So you're going to see this knuckle and a little piece of that finger. And sometimes you won't see it under the bottom, but you will see this little piece right here. So you got to remember that. So if I did that little bump, here's my thumb. This is this part right here. This other piece can be tucked under. You don't have to draw it. You can right here. And then you just do a smile upside down. So a frown. Okay. So you have this little square, because you already had the square in the beginning. Let's see if I can do this. You had the square in the beginning. You round this off, bring this out, bring that out. It's going to be a square. It's going to be another square to go up like that. Okay. I don't know what shape that could be to make it a little easier for you guys. So if I take a square, I'm trying to make it a little easier for you guys. I take this like this little frown, and then I put a square right here, and then curve it right there. That could be a thumb, because you can have the other part tucked under here. You don't have to, you can. It depends on how close you are drawing the hand. So from this little thing, this little upside down frown, this little square, curve it out, you have the letter Y right there. So you already have this one finger bent in like that. So what you can do is you can either extend that to bring that second finger out, or you can just bring this finger in closer. So you have this one, and you have this one like that. And then you have a quick fist. Am I still recording? Good. I'm not going to be able to trust this camera. So as I say, and that depends on how big your character is. So we have that. So he's got his hand on the camera this way. So again, it's going to be a square with just some fingers being seen. So, and then of course it does round down. So from the top, you want to give it a little curve. You want to get your thumbs up here, and it's going to just curve in like that. It's going to curve in, and I can do it like that if I choose from the, if you're seeing through it. So you have the 1, 2, 3, 4. The curve 1, 2, 3, 4. Give it a little bit of roundness on this edge right here. If I wanted to bring the thumb up more, I can. I'm not. I'm just going to kind of like just stick it up under there. 2, 3, 4, like that. Curve that. So then, if you choose to have this red is really bright today. I don't know why. Maybe the contrast on the blue. Draw this a little better. 1 knuckle, 2 knuckles, 3 knuckles, 4 knuckles. And if I want to have just a little bit of finger sticking out, I'll just do a little lumps like that on top of it. And then I can do my knuckles. And there you have your hand. So this would stop like this. This part going to come out and just kind of stop. This line is going to stop, and then that's going to take your thumb, and your thumb has two. You have this would be the round bulge. You have 1, 2 lines. So this is going to be the round bulge. You have the 1 and your 2 lines going in. So that is going to be it, except for the muscles. So let's round this off some. So you have your delts. You have your collarbone here. It's a crooked line, Brian. And at the end of this and this is where your delt goes, right here. Your delt comes down and into that point. So all this is your delt. It's kind of almost like a flat heart, kind of, but it goes around your back. So it's like kind of like that to that point. Now where that point separates is your bicep. Your bicep is right at that point, and your tricep is behind that point. Now, your tricep doesn't have to be up this high. It depends on the size of your character. It could be more down low, but I like to bring mine out and down. And then there's a muscle in between this that just comes around like that. So you have this separation between this. So this is what your forearm is going to look like. And I said again, I'm not going to show you guys how to do muscles. I'm showing you muscles. So this is going to go up on your shoulder. It's going to be a little bigger compared to this arm. And you have it separates into. It has three heads, like a head here with the muscles, and there's a head here, and there's one in the back. So at that little juncture here, this is where I usually tend to bring my shoulder out. Actually, this will go all the way around the back. But just for the sake of drawing, yeah, that's what you do. So we're going to have it here. I'm going to bring this out more to the side, and my bicep is going to be like this. The tricep is going to be like this. Elbow here. Remember, there is separation between the two, and that's when an arm is extremely muscular. Do you see that separation? And that part that comes here separates here, there, and everywhere, and then that. So work on the chest. The chest is going to come, and it does connect, and that's one thing I forgot to do. From here to here, where that chest comes, it curves around when I'm doing the beetle. So let me go back just for all the people who just found this and say, what's a beetle? The beetle is the shape of the torso that I kind of like taught myself as looking at it and connecting lines. Oval, center line, which means wherever you turn, the center line, the cross separating what's left of your shoulders, or the little part, the start of your shoulders. That which is like a telephone wire pole, the old telephone wire poles that had the lines connecting, and then your tunnel, right? So this is what I left out. Where these two lines intersect, and where these lines intersect, you can either curve it or have it straight down or curve it in. Depends. I think this one, see, I curved this, started curving this one in a little bit. So this is the bottom of my chest. This is my separation of my chest. It's going to go here, and where this line comes and meets that line, it curves up. Same thing, comes over and it curves up right under that delt. So that's going to be this. Basically, this whole thing is like kind of one piece. And then we have your collarbone, turns up. Here's my delt. Here's my circle for my delt. Just going to go up because it is more of a circle. And like that. And I say it comes to a point. And at that point, your bicep comes out. Your tricep is there. Split the two. Same thing, bicep, tricep, split the two. And there you go. And again, we have the V for the neck coming out of this. We have that V, depending on how big your neck is or how thick your neck is. Stop right here at this line, come up. And then I always put my chin right on top of that line. If the person is just kind of, staring at me. And then what's left over, I will add as much shoulder to that as I need. And then you have a muscular kind of figure. Then you have your lats. The lats comes down here, and then your love handles are right here. That's why I say this comes in. This comes in because these are your love handles that goes down into the crotch. And this is your hips there, and then your legs. So continue with this because this is going to be a short video because I did my character already. So I'm just going to give you just a hint of the muscles here. So we're going to have this here, and I'm going to bring this down here all the way to the crotch because you have your 6. Some people, I saw somebody with like 10 abs. It's just everybody's abs are different. So I usually do a little diamond or a little arrowhead right here coming straight down. And remember, this is round. This whole thing is round. Just think of an egg. So these muscles are going to come around as well. So you really don't want to have them straight across. You don't really want to have them straight across. And these, you have the 2, 4, 6, and then you have the 2 long ones, like right here, but that's going to be covered up anyway. So when I have this, I do a diamond. Let's go blue. I do a diamond, half a diamond like this, or draw a triangle, 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 triangle. And that kind of gives you that sunken in. It makes it looks more like they're protruding more and sinks in when you put these diamonds and triangles in. So the line has got to come around. Where's my piece of paper? My piece of paper at? So here are my delts, my abs. So again, I put this little arrowhead here, this little V. On here I have this triangle, half triangle, whatever. I have this. So the line has got to come perfectly from the center of that and the other diamonds. Curving around, same thing. Come down, half a triangle, or a triangle actually. Diamond. From the point, curve around, and then you have your delts. What is it with me and delts today? I don't know. So yeah, because this comes around here and actually hooks, but you don't want to draw this line. This is kind of just letting you know how it goes. The rib cage is like this, curves up. Then you have your love handle obliques right there. So they kind of touch each other. Where this curve goes down, this oblique comes out, and then you have like this more darker room here. And it looks better when you have that little extra space in there between the muscles. And then you can do your ribs if you choose. But from this point, this is how I do it. From this point here, I curve it. I come from from the side and curve it up like that. And under here, you do a fang. Depending on how much a curve you put into it, you do the fang, and then you do your ribs. Because your ribs are kind of like, and I thought I wasn't going to show muscles. Like that. So depends on how muscular your character is going to be. So that's how you do that. Your face, I had turned the face, so let me do the face. So the face is turned like this. So I'm going to put my chin right here. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the oval, turning it, put my chin right there. So from there, I'm going to go up, and let's establish where my eye is in the center. From this to this, the center is the nose, and from this to this, the center is the mouth, give or take a millimeter or something. So right where that eye is, this is going to come up, and this is going to go down like this. Let's use red, like this, and this is going to be your cheekbone, which is going to come in, and you have just a little lump over the mouth, and then you form the chin. Here, remember that mouth and that cheek jawbone connect. So where you bring this up, that's your jawbone, and you can bring that straight up. So my mouth is going to be here. Since this is my center line, which I'm going to move it over a little bit. Here's my here's my nose. I'm just going to do kind of like a quick anime nose-ish. Here's my nose like that. Here's the bulbous part of my nose. So this is going to come down that little, I'm going to touch my face. You can't see my face, which is the philtrum, this little circle, little dip under your nose, which forms the mouth. Here's the mouth. So I won't draw a face on the other one. And then here's the lips. Depending on how thick you want your lips, and I'm drawing crooked, so I'm drawing at an angle. So this is why my lines are always crooked, like that, and give a little bit of bulge for the chin if you choose. The nose doesn't have to be like that, but it comes up, and it's going to go to the top of that. That forms that brow. That eye is going to be under there. Depending on how you draw your eyes. So the eye is the nose. You should be able to get one eye in between the two eyes, or your nose. So your nose is kind of the same size as your eye. I'll keep it on this piece of paper. So we have this. Here's my nose. Here's my mouth. So if I do straight up like this, here's the eye line. One eye should be right between that. The other eye should be right between that nose, depending if you're drawing that perfect face. So center of the eye should be as wide as the mouth goes. This is the perfect face shape, perfect face size, proportions, however. Okay, and then I think the chin is the same as the nose. I believe the chin is the same as the nose, or is it the, I think it is the nose. So your chin should be like this size. And then go up. Remember, going up, it turns right at the mouth, goes up, turns at the mouth. Your ears are between the top of your eyes and your nose. By remembering this, when you start turning and twisting your faces, you're good. And then you can have this. Now see, this is your temple. I'll bring this up and I'll bring the back of the head behind the ear like this. So this right here, this little temple part right here is going to be like my hairline, like that. So you're going to have all of this. So here's my ear, here's my hairline, and I can do whatever kind of hair I want on the cat. So yeah, and you adjust stuff. You don't have the chin. That chin doesn't have to be that far down. You adjust your faces. So since I gave you that, I'm not going to do one on him. I think I'll just do a quick shape on him, on this character, just because. And he could be looking any different way. He could be looking straight forward. Depends on what you choose to do. And that neck, you have a muscle from the ear. It's ear to ear. Gives you that little V. I usually don't draw it all the way, and then your traps come up and behind the neck, like that. Making that head a little bigger. Give him a little more jawbone. Bring this out a little bit more. And you just kind of play with the shape that you want for the head until you get it right. And then you add your face. So now, through the magic of YouTube and the fact that I already drew it, I'm going to show you the character that I came up with using this position, or the character I decided using that position, because you should always know. I'm trying to straighten this paper out, and I can't think while I'm trying to straighten the paper out. Whatever position you use, it should fit your character. Superman is not going to be crouched down on a building like Batman or Spider-Man. Batman is not going to be just up in the air like Superman. So you have to figure out your position. So from this position, I decided to use the robot fighter, which is this guy right here. Yeah, I already drew and inked him in the last video, which never showed up, but I'm drawing and inking off camera so that saves time. Because this video is only 29 minutes and 15 seconds with editing. So keeping them short, keeping them real. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully the camera worked and I can get it up. If so, I'll be happy. Yeah, leave a comment. I started answering my comments today. I just took a day to answer comments and so forth. All right, so that's going to be it. And if you like the book, coloring book, I think I talked about it in another video. It's available on Amazon. My voice is going away. So basically, I just did this book because I wanted to learn how to do Photoshop coloring, and then I went online, and there were not many, pictures of, heroes that you could color. So I came up with these characters and did a coloring book, and I want to do a part 2 coloring book using all of my characters. So you can I wouldn't use markers on this. I would use either color pencil or crayon for the kids. It's for the kids too. Christmas is here, or copy the pages on something like board cardstock and then ink it. See, I'm not the one that could tell the people what kind of paper to use. That's on them. So link is in the description below for my book, for that book, for the 360 book, for all my books. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Again, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe if you hadn't, and tell a friend about my channel so they can learn to draw as well. All right, see you guys later. Wish me luck with this video.